Hello everyone, today we have something special. Today we are talking about another curated role, but not just any curated role. We are talking about a raid weapon, specifically the hand cannon, the Nation of Beasts. Now this is the curated raid hand cannon. For me personally, this is dropped from Morgeth, the third encounter, but it may drop from other chests or encounters. I'm not entirely sure. I've actually gotten two of them from Morgeth, and that's pretty much my only weapon drop. So I couldn't tell you if you could get them somewhere else. Now, Nation of Beasts. Again, I'm only using the curated role here, so this is not necessarily a review of Nation of Beasts as much as it is a review of the curated role. If I get another version of it, or if I get a better version that's more suited for PvP, I'll do another review. But for the moment, we're going to talk about the curated role. Now, as is the same case with Vouchsafe, this seems to be primarily focused on PvE. Combination of Outlaw and Dragonfly is wonderful for knocking out adds and clearing out mobs. It works really well, and the gun feels really crispy. I really enjoy using this in PvE. It felt pretty powerful, felt pretty strong, and I liked it a lot. However, it can be used in PvP with the right role. Like I said, this is not necessarily the role to do it in PvP, but I will show some footage in the second half of this video talking about PvP and how impactful it is there. For the moment, we're going to focus on PvE. So, hand cannons in PvE, are they any good? They're excellent. Having Dragonfly on this and then getting one-shot headshots means you can clear out adds really fast. That, combined with Outlaw, is great for when you are running out of ammo or you're trying to shoot down a couple of adds. This is wonderful for clearing out trash mobs, for wiping out groups, and honestly, the arc element actually helped me quite a bit in quite a few heroic missions where I needed to take down enemy shields. Hand cannons are in a fantastic spot in PvE. They're really powerful, they're not too crazy, and they're easy to manage. You can use them in pretty much any activity in PvE and be successful with them. Obviously, they're not the greatest for shooting down yellow bars or things like that, but when you're fighting trash mobs or red bar enemies, you can do pretty good. I wouldn't recommend them for long ranges, stick to something that's designed for that, but for PvE, the Nation of Beasts, this curated role, is pretty strong. Unlike Vouchsafe, I felt like I could actually use it and be powerful with it. It's one of those roles that the Dragonfly and the Outlaw work perfectly in tandem, and they do quite a bit of damage. So if you get this role, or you get a different Nation of Beasts, consider using it in PvE. It's really fun, it feels great, and oh my god, it looks amazing. So, now let's talk about PvP, which is the thing that everyone always wants to know. Can I use this in PvP? The short answer is kinda. It's not exactly what I would call a god tier PvP weapon. Now again, this is the curated role. With better perks, maybe a different masterwork, I don't know, you might be able to play around with the PvP and do better. But this particular role, I tried using it in PvP and it just didn't feel super powerful. Now again, that has a lot to do with the role, but the hand cannon itself is still fun to use, if we're being honest. It's one of those weird things when you use a weapon. Like, is this fun to use? Does it feel cool? Does it look cool? And the answer is yes. It's fun to use, it looks fun, and that counts for a lot in my book. But at the end of the day, it's not the most impactful in PvP. You can hit headshots, you can kill people, but you're gonna basically only be making use of the Outlaw perk and some of the masterwork. You don't have kill clip, you don't have anything like drop mag, you don't have any perks that increase the usefulness of the weapon in PvP. It's one of those things where you run with, say, Regic's Broadsword, and all it has is Outlaw. It's the same kind of idea. If a weapon only has Outlaw going for it, and there's nothing buffing it, like Rampage or Kill Clip, which are basically Outlaw, Rampage, Outlaw, Kill Clip, are the best roles right now in the game. If you don't have those, it's tough to make the case for this in PvP. Or even something like I mentioned, Drop Mag, which increases your reload speed if you don't have Outlaw. Things like that are things that increase the usefulness, but don't detract from the weapon's ability to still perform. So Nation of Beasts, the curated role, PvP, you can try it, honestly. I still used it, it was still fun, but there are much better hand cannons out there. The obvious one is Ace of Spades. You could also use Trust. If you have a Luna's Howl, that's obviously the best hand cannon in the game. That kind of thing. There are these hand cannons that are clearly better suited for PvP, whereas this Nation of Beasts seems to be leaning more towards PvE. Now with a different role, and you might be able to do better. Honestly, it kind of comes down to your role. So, let me know what you guys think. Also, quick note, if you get a curated role, or you get some armor, you can dismantle them for shaders. The raid shader, the one that kind of looks like these weapons, you can get them from the weapons. I dismantled the second curated one I got, and I got the shader, and it looked so cool. It's like a bone-esque type shader, so kind of like the original King's Fall shader with the bone and the red. But be aware of that. If you get one, get the shader. But just don't dismantle your curated role, because you can't get another. So that is all. Let me know what you guys think if you like this style of videos. I will be doing some more reviews in the upcoming week, and if I get any more curated weapons, I'll put them up. But that's all for me, and I'll see you next time.